We have taken one step forward and then like 20 steps back. Firstly, I want to thank everyone who took something away from my previous video about women, but today I'm going to talk about something that is pretty disappointing. The whole topic of women being underrepresented and underappreciated has sparked many times throughout the Minecraft community, but especially recently, it was because of the drama regarding Marlow, and that is why I had made my previous video. And today's video is unfortunately going to be more of a reaction of sorts to what was said by a very popular YouTuber recently. I've been worried about making this video because there can be so much backlash, but instead of me sitting here and attacking a YouTuber or anything like that, I am merely here to watch what Dr. Donut said in reaction to a Marlow video and explain to the best of my ability why I think his words are extremely damaging to women, extremely damaging to the Minecraft community, and just hope that we are all understanding how speech has such a heavy role in our community. So here is the tweet clip that I saw.
Yeah, there's such a like no one has ever been as good at PvP as Marlow. Like it's just so rare for that to be the case. And then also I hate that this is like that this might sound like sexist or whatever, but there's never been in Minecraft PvP, and I'm assuming this is the case for other games too. There's never been a case where like a girl PvPer has been like #1 or #2 or number.
Just by the way, I'm gonna respond to this at the end of this. I know some of you may be getting really angry. Don't worry, we're almost done.
3 or top 10 or top 50 or top 100. It's never really been a case, which sucks. So the fact that she's #1 already in every game mode already is super rare. Her being #1 in just Crystal PvP is super rare. Her anchoring at that speed is super rare. But then you also include the fact that she's a girl. That's horrible to say, but it just makes it so much more rare. And if she's a biological girl, I don't know, it just makes it like the chances of that is just so rare. No? That's horrible. I know that's horrible to say, but like that's just the case. That's just true. There's no biological female PvPer in Minecraft, at least, that is #1. It's just so rare.
Whew. Okay. So first of all, if you're starting a sentence by saying this might sound a little sexist or whatever, then what you are about to say probably sounds exactly like what you are thinking it will sound like. And therefore, it shouldn't be a thing that you say, especially when you have hundreds, if not thousands of people watching you. But all right. Well, let's talk about everything here. Women do have the capabilities of being in professional esports because we already see that happening in other games. We already see that happening in so many different cultures. So why aren't there enough women in Minecraft leaderboards? Well, first of all, I'm not sure if it's 100% true that the top 100 of the Minecraft leaderboard doesn't have women, but realistically, how is being biologically a man going to make you better at a video game? This, honestly, it just feels like some sort of excuse. Like, I can't comprehend what the excuse or the reasoning behind this could be. But the excuse, it feels like he can't comprehend that being a woman means that you can be good at a video game, which is ridiculous. But, you know, I can't say this for sure. I can't say the following for sure because I'm a woman, but I'm 99% positive that having a pee-pee doesn't make you better at a video game. Bringing the biological female verbiage into this is so disturbing because it just genuinely makes zero sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me why that even needs to be brought up. And to add on to that, it just has an underlying or maybe very highlighted tone of transphobia. Now, given how much misogyny exists, I can't even imagine how much it exists within the trans community. But even a comment like this can come across as transphobic because he is almost implying that being a girl and being this good doesn't make sense unless you actually have a biological male body part and then you transitioned into a woman, which this just goes both ways of how misogynistic this could possibly be, both for trans women and cis women, which just simply makes you wonder. Him mentioning biological female, biological woman, whatever, it makes you wonder why that even needed to be brought up. Sure, statistically, if we want to speak to statistically, sure, there are not many women on the Minecraft top leaderboard statistically who are on there, I guess. But it doesn't mean that it is because they are a woman. I feel like these are just kind of like things that we learn in statistics class. Well, what is the saying? Correlation is not causation. Just because there aren't many women on the leaderboard doesn't mean that it is because they are women that they aren't on there. In fact, I can actually tell you the true reason why women aren't on leaderboards, and it's because they are driven away. I say this from a personal experience of someone who was so close to quitting Minecraft PvP altogether, and it is because of the way that the PvP community has treated women for a very long time. It has been toxic and misogynistic since basically the day that I joined, as far as I remember, which is back in I don't know, 2012, maybe 2013. I don't remember the exact year, but most competitive spaces tend to be kind of toxic. You know, everyone gets a little bit heated here and there, but they're also highly male dominated because there's a lot of stereotypes growing up, and it's just the way that the world has been. Doesn't mean that it's the way the world is now. But I don't want to sound like a broken record to my previous video on this topic, but it takes so much to be a woman in a male-dominated space and feel included, feel wanted, feel like you deserve to be there. And in such a toxic world that we live in, not just in the Minecraft community, not just in PvP, not just in gaming, literally just this world that happens to be so toxic, we have to find the ability to find a light to make it worth being included. Women constantly get alienated from spaces, especially in the Minecraft PvP community, because of stereotypes. And when they do get included, you either sit here and hear, oh, you're a girl, so you're bad at the game, or you get objectified by everyone around you because boys tend to think that it's funny or it's entertaining or it's just a joke. But when it is your life to just exist and you hear these sorts of comments, not just in Minecraft, you hear them in the world, and you get objectified by people all the time, or you get told that you're less than just in any other space. You then come to the Minecraft community, you're just trying to do your thing, oh, maybe I want to play some PvP, and suddenly the whole world is against you here too. So yeah, it takes a lot of freaking effort to be a woman, to be in a toxic environment and say, yeah, I'm gonna stay here. So obviously, finding women in a leaderboard that's surrounded by the horrors that we constantly see pretty much every day, and especially from completely random people, is so hard mentally. It just makes it so easy to say, oh, well, I guess I'll just go play single player, or I'm just gonna go watch a movie, or I'm gonna go do literally anything other than be here, because it's the easy answer. And I don't blame anyone who has taken the shortcut and the easy answer of saying, let me get out of here, because it's hard. It's freaking hard. Like, I have had to push myself to come back into this community so many times, and it's not fair. I could genuinely go on this for hours upon hours, but ultimately, I don't know what Dr. Donut's intentions were by saying these things, but unfortunately, even if it wasn't meant to sound as horrible as it did, all of his viewers heard that. And given the fact that I mentioned, he gets hundreds, if not thousands of viewers, there is probably a lot of impressionable kids who heard that and now they're running with that and thinking that that's the truth. It is this sort of verbiage that is just the reason that we keep going backwards in this community, and not just in this community, in the world, because it exists literally everywhere. So my problem here isn't just directly with Dr. Donut, because at the end of the day, again, I don't know what the intentions were. Who knows? Maybe he didn't intend for it to sound as horrible as it did, but the point is that it did sound horrible, and he from what I know, hasn't really spoken back about this situation. There was no sort of growth for him after this. I don't think he understands that so many people watch that. And sure, there's people like me and probably a good few other 100 people who are like, wow, that's kind of a ridiculous thing to say. But then there's also the few other 100, if not thousands of people who heard that and was like, oh my gosh, I'm an 8-year-old boy and I'm gonna take this as factual. And then they're gonna freaking run with that. And then the future of the Minecraft community is still as cooked as it has ever been. And I just feel like if you're a person that has any sort of voice, especially on the internet, who has so much access to being able to spread a good word, if you continue saying things like this, like, we are just never going to make it forward. We're never going to progress in life. And it is so heartbreaking to say because, again, I don't know this guy at all. I don't really know anything. I know he's in the PvP community. And the I guess even next level of the scary part that I didn't want to talk so much about, but I guess I'll mention it now, is the fact that him and someone else have bought the MC tiers domain, which means the leaderboard is now owned by someone who is saying things like this about women. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. It is heartbreaking. It is really hard to listen to. And I just genuinely hope that the intentions were not the way that it sounded. And if there is any hope from people like this who are very influential, I'm just hoping that they can come out and say, like, hey, I'm actually not a terrible person. And in fact, what I was trying to convey was not this, and in fact, say something else. It is just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too optimistic about the situation and trying to hope for the best. But yeah, I hope that anyone who is watching this, who is trying to defend Dr. Donut, listen, I'm not trying to claim that he is the worst person ever, because I think we've seen some pretty bad people out there. But what I can say is that what he said is really damaging, really damaging. And we need to do better as a community. We genuinely do. If you haven't already, the best that you can do in terms of trying to support women is maybe go and try to subscribe to some women content creators, or spread the love, or just try to spread the message. If you're in the Minecraft community, just try to be aware of these things. Of course, you don't need to sit there and just be like, love women all the time, woo, because I understand that doesn't feel fair either. We're all just trying to be on the same level as everyone else. That's all it is. I don't want to be put up on a throne or anything. I just want to be valued like any other member of any other community. And we just need to start being a little bit more normal about these situations. All right. Thank you for watching.